Now, when you talk about Chevy 2s, this is the place for front and rear suspension parts. Although they work on just about any GM product up there, they specialize in 1962 to 1967 Chevy 2s. 2 doors, 4 doors, convertibles, and wagons. These guys stock almost anything and everything you could imagine for front or rear suspensions and offer professional installation services as well as technical support in case you want to tackle the project yourself at home, like Richard did with a lot of the front suspension on his Chevy 2. You ready for this?
Gotta be.
Let's go see him.
It's one of those deals when you got so many emotions, I just start shutting down. I'm excited. And I'm really glad we finally were able to bring the car up here, dude.
Oh, yeah,
when I got the car, the original parts were from Church Boys, and I just never got the chance to drive across the United States, and here we are, so.
Well, let's go see this thing.
Yeah.
Now, when Richard dropped his car off about a month ago, he was told that the car would get a 4-link triangulated suspension. But Chuck has done much more than just a new suspension up under the rear of the car. Well, I asked if you could detail it. It looks like it's pretty well detailed.
More than once. I actually had to take it out for a quick little spin here. And I got caught in the rain.
Chuck Church is a lot like me. He'd rather under-promise and over-deliver. So Chuck, give me a rundown.
Well, we've given Richard a car that is long-term going to be safe.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to add more power, and it's going to accommodate anything he needs. We took out the old suspension. We put in a new quick performance fab. It's like a fabricated, completely fabricated rear end. We was able to put his third member back in. We put new axles back in it. We used our triangulated 4-link, double adjustable rear shocks. He did not have that before. He just had singles. We added our subframe connectors that ties in the entire frame rail. We added some extra bars at the rocker, so he's got a rocker bar now. Fabricated up his drive shaft loop, reset the pinion angle, readjusted the ride height, readjusted the shocks for what he's doing using the triangulated 4-link. Just kind of took care of a lot of little things that as he grows and gets faster, those things are going to be needed. So he's good to go.
One other huge benefit of triangulated 4-link rear suspension is that Chuck can center the rear end in the wheel wells to keep the rear tires from rubbing either on the inner frame rail or the quarter panel. Chuck also noticed that Richard's motor mounts were in dire need of replacement. All of this stuff is available for delivery, and you can order it directly off churchboysracing.com. Anyway, now that we've covered all the details of the work that Chuck and the guys have done on Richard's Nova, it's time to set it back on the ground so that Richard can take it for a test drive, something he's been waiting to do ever since he dropped the car off less than 30 days ago.
Man, I miss that sound. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. I can still hear you. For now. Oh, yeah.
Richard's Chevy 2 is powered by a Pro-Charged 427 LS engine.
Oh my God! Holy, dude.
Dude, I can feel it digging.
That's dope. That's dope. I was just trying to get too hard into it, but I'm like, oh shit.
You can definitely tell the car's had a major change in the rear suspension.
Amazing.
Good.
Seriously. Thank you so much.
I'm glad it's working out. Now we need to see some hits.
Dude, you can feel that thing digging.
Can you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what we expected.
Man, if your parking lot was a little bit longer.
You can go that way.
Richard, being the true street racer that he is, wasn't happy with just making rolling pulls out on the road. So he lowered the tire pressure in the rear tires and got out a jug of pimp juice so that he could do a burnout and hopefully back up in his tracks and make a test hit right there in Church Boys parking lot. Unfortunately, Richard's car was low on fuel, and it was obvious the car's working better than ever.
Hey,
Oh,
you think it won't do a burnout?
Right. Who told me it wouldn't do a burnout? Was that you?
Oh, I think that was me. I said, you think that thing's going to just sit there on that concrete and do a burnout now? No. No. That thing digs now.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love it, dude.
Well, I can't wait to see those videos and what everybody has to say.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to get to a road. Yeah.
Now that Richard's car works as good as it looks, with all new suspension and Viking dual adjustable shocks, he can't wait to get back to Oklahoma and put it on the street.
Working on a lot of these Novas, we see a lot of things, reoccurring things, you know, mistakes that are made. So it gets to a point where it's an easy fix.
You can diagnose things real easy and take care of them. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Because that's kind of where, you know, started on with the bolt-ons, and then we went to the front end, and then we did the cage and the rear end. And, yeah, I think it's all system.
Yeah, it's Sunday, right? You went to church.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Our pleasure.